Welcome back to the Tahoe Real Estate Show. We're joined with Mayor Pro Tem Tom Davis. Tom, good to see you.
Top of the afternoon, what a beautiful day.
Tom, we're talking about code enforcement here in the city of South Lake Tahoe. What are some of the issues that the city is facing?
Well, we did a survey of our citizens, and 74% of them said the city looks like heck. So a few of us, all the city council now has gone out and toured with code enforcement, different properties. I left you some pictures here to take a look at. These are generated by complaints from the neighborhood. And I have to tell you, it needs a lot of work. So we're going to get very aggressive with code enforcement. That includes signage, that includes illegal additions, trash containers that are left and overflowing, junk in the yard, abandoned cars. All that is going to get very enforced by our code enforcement very strictly. So
let's talk about some of these unpermitted structures. You know, some of the examples that you brought in, you know, show a before picture of, you know, say a one-bedroom, you know, home that now looks like it is a 3 or 4 bedroom home. What happens? What are the next steps?
Well, they'll be cited. You know, they spent a lot of money to remodel it, so they'll have to come in and convince us that not to tear it down and pay a fine to TRPA into the city, and then it has to be inspected. The reason you have permits issued for building permits is to make sure it complies with its code. And that's electrical and that's plumbing and building codes, snow loads. Also, we're going to be going after these tons of illegal carports in town. And I was surprised how many there are. So there'll be some pretty strong code enforcement coming. We'll draw and generate some complaints, but after having toured all these properties here and the rest of the council also, it's needed.
People want more information. Obviously, this is somewhat new from an enforcement standpoint. Hasn't been a lot of enforcement as of late. What's the number to call? Is there a website? What's the best way to get
Yeah, there is. They can call the city of South Lake Tahoe, and the number is, or the website is www.cityofslt.us.
Okay.
Low caps, one word, www.cityofslt.us. And it'll have all the information on there. Phone number, if you need additional information, is area code 530-542-6000. And they'll direct you to the proper department.
And on some of these code enforcement issues, some of the homes look cluttered. It looks like a trash dump, and these are, you know, these are complaints that are generated from the neighborhood.
Yeah, and how it works is we'll notify the owner. There's a whole legal process we have to go through, and one of my biggest objectives is to make sure we notify the owner personally. Hey, your property's going to be abated. Then, if they don't abate it themselves, we give them time to do it. Then we go abate it for them, and the city takes that bill and puts it on a lien on the property, a tax lien. So prefer to have you do it yourself, save you a lot of expense, time and money, but if you won't do it and refuse to do it, the city will do it, and they will charge whatever the cost is to have it abated. If you don't pay it, then it gets attached to your tax on your property as a lien.
What is the timeline once you've been notified to come in within compliance?
Well, we try to give them at least 3 or 4 months. You know, we'll start this process next month, June, next week, and then a lot of this abatement will probably happen towards the fall, if in fact they don't abate it themselves sooner than later.
Tom, appreciate you coming in. It's a tough issue to tackle here in this community.
It is.
Certainly one that hasn't been enforced as of late.
Right.
So appreciate you taking the time to come in and join us.
It's time.
All right, stay tuned. More of the Tahoe Real Estate Show coming up right after Tahoe TNT.